So here's phase two. As you can see, the paint is now on. The plastic is still in place. Unfortunately, my cameraman, who is also the director, the boss, aka the long-suffering wife, is actually working today. So I don't have the ability to have her hold the camera for me. So I'm going to try to be doing two functions at once. So as you can see, here's the paint, and I'm going to go ahead and strip off the plastic here and show you basically how I did that. So there's a couple different ways that you can mask these off when getting ready to paint. You can take a larger piece of drop cloth and punch a hole through the middle of it, something like one of those overlays that you get when you go to get your hair cut, and the barber puts like a cover over your clothing so you don't get hair all over yourself. Or you can do this way, which I kind of call the scarf method, which is basically a narrower piece of plastic, but maybe 4 or 5 feet long. And as you can see here, I just kind of took and wrapped it around and then taped it off to obviously keep the paint from going where I didn't want it. And actually, this is usually really a fairly good method. You'll possibly get a little bit overspray maybe from time to time on a few things, but honestly, if you're not prepping a vehicle to go to like the Philadelphia Auto Show, where it's going to be up on a stand and you're going to have mirrors underneath of the truck showing everybody how fancy and detailed your suspension really is, this is probably fine. It depends on your level of involvement, how much of a perfectionist you are. If you're preferring to lean towards the perfectionist side, you're probably going to want to pull the calipers, clean them up real well, paint every single available square inch, and then go ahead and remount them, which is fine. That's certainly an acceptable method, especially if you're putting on new calipers anyway. That would be a perfect time to go ahead and color them, or they're actually available powder coated, pre-colored, so that's something you can do. Or you can go just basically the way that I went, which is that you don't get every single square millimeter here. There are some areas in the back of the caliper which don't have any color at all, but no one really can see those. So honestly, my opinion, and certainly feel free to differ with that. Like I said, depending on your level of involvement and what you feel is acceptable or unacceptable, I think that if it's visible from the front and everything is well covered, as far as the color coat, if there's a few things that are basically hiding behind other components that really didn't get a layer of color, to me, I don't find that to be a big deal. Like I said, that depends on your level of show quality. How far do you want to go? So this is pretty much where we're at. And here are the 1.5-inch wheel spacers that I purchased from a company called Titan Wheels Corporation, I believe it was, or Titan Wheels Engineering. These are very nice. They're about $100 for a set of 4. I know there are definitely more expensive spacers out there, and there are definitely a lot cheaper spacers out there. I would shy away, honestly, from the cheap spacers. I don't feel that brakes and wheels and tires and things of that nature that are definitely safety concerns are places to be purchasing whatever the cheapest deal is on eBay or Amazon at the time. I've never dealt with them before, but a lot of other people have, and they recommended them. I've had absolutely no problem with these. The studs are very high quality. I think they're 10.9s, I believe. This is 6061 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. And these studs, of course, are press fit as they usually are. And these went on with absolutely no problem. I've had no vibration issues at all. Some people have noted with some of the cheaper companies that they may not have been possibly machined perfectly true, and so they do get some vibration. These were absolutely unnoticeable. Before and after, bolted them on the truck, took the truck out for a ride, got her up to speed, 70, 75, drove several places, longer distances, speeds around 80, where it's posted 70, 75, where those things are safe, and absolutely no vibration troubles at all. So I would Strongly recommend these if you are looking to space out your wheels to get that slightly wider stance look. Or the shipping was very quick. They confirmed the order the very same day, and if I recall right, they either shipped the day after or possibly it might have been 2 days at the most, and I had them in my hand in about 4 days. So I was very impressed with their customer service, their follow-up, and the quality of their machinery. And obviously it's a lump of aluminum. It's kind of hard really overall to mess that up, as long as you use quality materials and everything is engineered and assembled properly. So these, very good. I would recommend go with them. Alright, this concludes this project, and I'm going to go ahead and bolt the wheel back on and torque the lug nuts to 90 foot-pounds with a torque wrench. Always use a torque wrench when reassembling things. And also, let me just add a very quick safety note. As you can see here, I have my lower control arm supported on a jack, which is what I use to raise it. And I went with double safety stands. And this particular safety stand here, as you can see when I zoom in, actually has a locking pin. So once the stand is set to its height, you push that steel pin into place, and it's a secondary safety. So there's actually 2 teeth holding the jack stand in place. There's the regular pawl type, which everybody's familiar with. It's sort of almost like a ratchet. And then there's this locking pin, which must be removed before the height can be adjusted. So I always believe in the belt and suspenders idea. I don't like reading about people who have been paralyzed or killed by sloppy vehicle handling. You know, that they went underneath with only a jack or anything like that. Please don't be one of those people. Safety's not an option. Make sure that you think all of your procedures through very carefully and have the right equipment. That's all for today. I hope this has inspired you to possibly consider doing a project like this on your own. And Frontier Geek signing off. Be catching y'all soon.